Alberto, you're leading us. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands. Alberto, wonderful job.
Absolutely, Sheriff.
So you can change seats now, it's okay. Lieutenant Valeri, you should be up here. Is there room for the lieutenant there?
There are lots of room.
Okay, he's trying to hide. He's pulling the Susan Scheibel on me. Okay, before we get started, let me introduce who's here with us tonight. We have on my right the town clerk, Kelly Allegra. To my left is Councilwoman Santiago, Councilwoman Lincoln. To my right is Councilman Bedetti and Councilman Moreau. At the table, we have our Highway Superintendent, Anthony Feo. We have our Police Lieutenant, Dan Valeri, our Town Attorney, Dave Zagon. And in the audience is our Receiver Taxes, Susan Scheibel. I'm George Myers. And with that done, we'll get going. First item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding an amended zoning map for Route 32, which is for U-Haul. It's right next to, what's that chicken place over there?
Popeyes.
That's it, Popeyes. So we're changing the zoning. It's going from a R5, it's actually a highway commercial and an R5, and it just never looked right. It should all be highway commercial, but before we do any changes, we need to have a public hearing to see if anybody wants to make any comments about it. So I'll open the floor if anybody has any comments about this before we move along. And Daniel, I'll wait a couple of seconds and you let me know if anybody's on. Good?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board of Town of Windsor close the public hearing in the matter of amending the zoning map as incorporated into Chapter 300 Town Code of Town of New Windsor, the zoning to rezone Section 35, Block 1, Lot 102.2 from split zone highway commercial and multiple family residential, which is R5, to highway commercial. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, after considering all information presented to it, hereby declare the proposed local law entitled local law known as a minor 2023 zoning map amendment, amending the Town of New Windsor zoning map incorporated into Chapter 300 of the Town Code of Town of New Windsor to rezone one parcel of property from the split zone of highway commercial to multiple family residential, which is an R5, to entirely highway commercial. Will not have any significant impact on the environment and thus authorize the supervisor to execute the attached Part 3 of the SEAF, adopt a negative declaration concerning same, and hereby adopt said local law. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Second here. I seem to be missing one. No, we're good? We're going to the public
Mhm.
comments? Okay. Listen, those of you who were here for this public hearing, if you'd like to leave now, you can leave. The meeting's going to go on for a while. If you want to hang around, never get this 20 minutes back in your life, that's up to you. Okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next item on the agenda is a public comment. This is on agenda items only. So the speaker is permitted to speak for 3 minutes, any question that they have on the agenda items. So I'll open the floor to that, and we'll stand by for a minute or so on the live streaming, see if anybody pops up. Good, Danny. Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, approve the minutes of the public hearing to amend Chapter 280 of the Town Code, Town of Windsor, vehicle traffic stop signs, main artery of travel, which is Lafayette Drive, and approve the minutes of the Town Board meeting held on January 11, 2023, as per copies posted on the Town Clerk's bulletin board in the Town Hall Same distribute to each of town board members. Roll call. I'm sorry, motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law calling for sealed bids for the purchase of one 12.35 cubic yard dump body with wing and tip edge plow. Bids shall be received and publicly opened on February 21st, 2023 at 10 a.m. local time at the office of town clerk, 555 Union Avenue, Windsor, New York. Town board, town of Windsor reserves the right to reject any and all bids. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, how long does this thing take to come in, Anthony?
Still waiting for last year, it's about a year and a half.
Really?
The stuff we ordered.
Oh, I didn't realize that long. Okay, well, thank God we had a good winter. Huh? Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, authorize the supervisor to execute the attached agreement between town of Windsor and McGoey Hauser Engineering, DPC, for engineering services in connection with the preparation and design of the plans of the specification rehabilitation of sewer pump station number 2. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, as the board members know, this is a pump down on River Road and Walsh Avenue with the city line that's in dire need of getting itself rehabbed. So the board has discussed this and we have decided to go forward with this project. Shall entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, authorize the supervisor to execute the agreement between the town of Windsor and CT Mel Associates in the amount not to exceed $7,215 for the purpose of providing additional topographic and utility survey update in connection with the Caesars Lane wastewater treatment plan. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, this is part of the ongoing project. That upgrade and expansion of the sewer treatment plant on Caesars Lane. So I appreciate the work being put into this by our engineering firm. Big job. It's a receiving file. Hearing no objection, town board, town of New Windsor, receiving file, map plan and report dated January 25th, 2023 for sewer pump station number 2 rehabilitation project, town of New Windsor Sewer District 9. That's the part of what we just talked about. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor hereby call a public hearing to consider a proposed local law to repeal and rescind local law number 2 of the town code of New Windsor entitled, what, I missed something? Here we go. I missed the receiving file? Oh, yeah, I did, you're right. I was trying to turn the page and talk at the same time. All right, let me back this up. So there's 2 receiving files, yes?
Mhm.
Okay. So there's a receiving file. Hearing no objection, town board, town of Windsor, receiving file with the town clerk, a letter of retirement submitted by Robert L. Doss dated January 30th, 2023, providing notification that his last day of work as chief of police of town of Windsor will be February 17th, 2023. Robert is retiring and moving on to a county job. And we'll speak more about Robert another time, but he has really done a great job with the town police department, and we're all going to miss him. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, town board, town of Windsor, receiving file with the town clerk, a letter of retirement submitted by Chris J. Sager, dated January 30th, 2023, providing notification his last day of work as police sergeant, town of Windsor, will be February 24th. So Chris is retiring. He's taking a job with the state. And he has done a great job here, was our detective sergeant for many years, and probably one of the best detectives and investigators I've been around in my career. And we wish him well in his endeavor. I'm sure he'll be very successful, as will Robert. Okay. Shall entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, call a public hearing to consider proposed local law to repeal and rescind local law number 2, 2000 of the town code of town of New Windsor entitled peddling and soliciting in its entirety, including any and all amendments thereto, if any, and to enact a new local law to regulate peddling, soliciting, canvassing, and temporary or transient merchandising in the town of New Windsor. Said public hearing to be held March 1st, 2023, the town of New Windsor, Town Hall, 555 Union Avenue, Windsor, New York, at 7 p.m. in accordance with the resolution attached hereto, and that due notice of the same is directed to be given by publication and posting. Motion,
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, I'd like to just acknowledge the work that Dave Zagon and Jess Marina did on this, and it was a big undertaking, but we had some problems with the soliciting peddling law that we have now closed, and we're pretty strict with that. Residents do not like people knocking on their front doors, and this board is very concerned about the safety of our residents, so I appreciate your effort on this, David, tightening this thing up. You always said just because I said no really doesn't mean anything, but I got away with it for a long time. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby call a public hearing to be held on March 1st, 2023 at 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York, at 7 p.m. to invite the public to comment on the Town of New Windsor's current Community Development Block Grant CARES CV project, commonly known as the New Windsor Senior Citizen Improvement Project, which is a Resco Center, for which funding has been approved in the amount of $495,000. The CDBG program is administered by the New York State Office of Community Renewal and provides resources to eligible local governments for housing, economic development, public facilities, public infrastructure, and planning activities with the principal purpose of benefiting low and moderate income persons. The hearing will provide further information about the progress of the ongoing CDBG project. Comments related to the effectiveness of the administration of the CDBG project will also be received at that time. The hearing is to be conducted pursuant to section 570.486, subpart 1 of the CFR, and in compliance with the requirements of the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 amendment in accordance with both the attached resolution and attached notice of public hearing. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, this is the second public hearing. This is a $495,000 grant that we received to upgrade and make the Resco Center, which is used by our senior citizens. And if it wasn't for our paralegal, Jess Marina, I would have thrown the towel in this a long time ago. She struggled with FEMA, and every time we thought we were done, they would come back with another requirement. So she persevered and she won, and I really appreciate what she did. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute and the attached change order number 2 with Frank Stevens and Sons Roofing Incorporated for the rerouting of the PVC roof drain pipe near the front entrance of Town Hall in the amount of $2,423.53 for the extension of time of the completion to May 1st, 2023. Said change order shall be in a form acceptable to the town attorney with the approval of the town engineer. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman,
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
I'd like to just acknowledge Keith Bedetti, our building and ground supervisor, for his part in bringing this to my attention. It wasn't very good what we were looking at for this drain, so we had it moved, and I appreciate Keith bringing it to my attention. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize the solicitors commit to Nicholas D. Minterolo, J&M Mobile Concessions, doing business at Nick's Hot Dog, to operate a mobile food service establishment selling hot dogs, snacks, and beverages. Permit shall be obtained from the town clerk's office. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yeah, Nick's been there a long time. This is over there on 207. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receiving file of the town clerk, the attached agreement including task orders 2301, 2302, 2303, 2304 between the town of New Windsor, McGoey Hauser Etzel Engineering DPC dated January 12th for professional services related to municipal engineering services. So they're our engineering firm, and I appreciate Mike Weeks and all he does for the town. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive with the town clerk the attached agreement between the town of New Windsor and Munistat Services Incorporated dated January 12th, 2023 for municipal advisory services. These are the folks that we use to help us with our investment that we do, and they're advisors for us, and Dorian Casey keeps a good eye on all of these people. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receiving file the attached independent accountant's report of applying agreed upon procedures dated January 3rd, 2023, received from Nugent Hauser PC, evaluating the financial and accounting practices and procedures of Town of New Windsor Justice Court as of December 31st, 2021. So I sent this down to the two justices, and there was a couple of things I wanted them to correct, and they have advised me they are either have done it or working on it. It's another receiver file. Hearing no objections, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receiving file of the Town Clerk, the attached intermunicipal agreement dated January 12th, 2023, between the Town of New Windsor and the Town of Cornwall for the provision by the Town of New Windsor to the Town of Cornwall of emergency medical services, dispatching services. This is a 3-year agreement that was brought to my attention by Councilman Bedetti that they needed to pay their fair share because we were dispatching the ambulances down there. So they have sent us the money, and I appreciate Stephen getting involved in that. Another receiving file. This is hearing no objection. Town Board, Town of Windsor shall receive and file with the Town Clerk the attached monthly reports of the following departments for January 2023. Justice Calderon, Justice Myers, the Police Department, Building Department, Recreation Department, Tax Receiver monthly tax statement, Tax Receiver utility report, and the Town Clerk. So I guess you bring a lot of money in this month, right, Susan? You're leading the pack. Okay. And I just noticed that Mike Big and his crew over there, they do about 300-400 calls a month. So their average response time about 6.37 minutes. So I appreciate everything that they do. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a public forum. So anyone can speak to anything they want to speak to, and I will answer the question. Anybody have anything they want to say? Danielle, you let me know. You want to ask anything? You never ask me anything. Okay. Nobody, Danny? Okay. Uh-oh. Joe Lynn, any motion, Town Board, Town. Get 7:16 be a motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yeah.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Okay, thank you, everybody, for coming.